Good morning. Maybe it's not morning when you're watching this. I probably shouldn't say good morning. But hello. Welcome to today's episode number 4, What It Takes for a Book to Make a Difference. And I am so excited to share today's broadcast with you because I have an exciting announcement on today's episode, today's Facebook Live. What I'm going to be doing is announcing our 2018 featured authors. So every year we feature 12 authors of the books that we published in the previous year that made the biggest difference. The authors who show the biggest commitment to making a difference. And I am going to share and reveal those with you and really share with you the secret to what it takes for a book to make a difference. So I know right now all over the world, there are millions of people who are filled with gratitude, especially in the US, where as I am recording this, it is Thanksgiving Day. Who are filled with gratitude for the authors of books that change their lives. And that is true for all 95 of the books that we published over the last year. It will have 105 books in 2017. And so today, what I wanted to do from a place of gratitude is share with you what would it take for someone next Thanksgiving Day to be giving thanks for you stepping out there and sharing your message. And that is what we're going to cover today. I hope you guys are excited. You could shoot me with an I'm excited in the comments. I'm seeing so many great happy Thanksgiving messages. So here we go. If you want to write a book that makes a difference, then you need to watch the first 3 episodes in the series. So we have been learning the 3 secrets to writing a book that gets clients begging to work with you. These are the clients who next Thanksgiving morning will be waking up thinking, this was the best year ever because I met you, the author of the book that changed their life. And these are the exact secrets that changed my life and hundreds of my clients' lives. So I'm going to do a quick recap. Love seeing all those. I'm excited. In episode number 1, we talked about the most important thing. Most authors get this all wrong. You must pick the right book topic. Okay, and we talked about how you want to write your book to one ideal reader whose life you know you can change. In episode number 2, and you can find these all on the Author Incubator Facebook page. So facebook.com/the Author Incubator and catch up on these episodes. Episode number 2, we talked about how authors actually make money. Here's the newsflash. If you are not making money from your book, you're going to move on to something else and you are not going to help people. So you need to know exactly how to make money from your book. We cover that in episode number 2. In our last episode, episode number 3, we talked about why most new authors fail. And none of the authors whose stories I share with you today failed. And that is because they nailed secret number 3. So secret number 1 is 10% of your success. Secret number 2 is another 10% of your success. Secret number 3, episode number 3, 80% of your success will come from not making the mistake that I covered in yesterday's episode. So make sure you catch that and listen carefully. But today, I am very excited to introduce you to 12 authors who followed those 3 secrets despite many challenges and have made a huge difference in the last year. I started working with each of these authors no more than 14 months ago, and that is the maximum, some of them even less. And in that time, they have all built 6-figure businesses from their books. But more important to me, they have changed their personal lives, so they've gotten healthier. Many of them have moved. They've paid off thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. They have improved their family lives, their connections with their friends and their loved ones, and they have helped thousands of people with their books. So in order to do this, and you can do this too, if you want to do this, if you want to have that sort of impact, paying off debt, improving your health, improving your family relationships, changing people's lives with your book. If you want to have that outcome from a book, you can have that. You just need these two things. And you can type in the comments, I want it. If this is what you want to create for yourself in the next year, we'll put a little good juju out there. You need two things. You need a true commitment to making a difference. Now, a lot of people say they want to make a difference, but really they want to make a difference. By the way, my kitty wanted to join us for this, and she's also wondering why she's locked in here. You're locked in the room. You need a true commitment to making a difference, and that means that you cannot get distracted by your desire to want it. You have to be focused on your desire to do it, and we cover that all in episode 3. And the second thing is, unless you're the Buddha, you need a coach to help you. I don't know a single person who has had a massive transformation who has not had a coach to help them. Certainly, I've shared with you on these episodes about how my coach, Brooke Castillo, has helped me, and she is one of many coaches, but certainly the one that has helped me most with building my business, losing weight, improving my family relationships, being happier. So two things: you need a true commitment to making a difference and a coach to help you. And all of my featured authors had those two things. So are you guys excited to find out who the 2018 featured authors are? I am going to take the next 15 to 20 minutes and give you guys the quickest case studies in the world. But I want you to head over to Amazon and go grab all of the books by this year's winners. We're going to be sharing their stories all year long. They've got a host of prizes coming their way. They'll be featured at the Author Castle on a plaque in memoriam in honor of their work. So their names will be on a plaque. Their pictures will be posted here, because I want each of you to aspire to make a difference in the powerful way that these 12 authors have. So here we go. Our number 1 featured author for 2018 is Amy Burks. Amy Burks wrote The Hustle-Free Business, and she is a strategy ninja who truly believes that entrepreneurs are stronger together. Amy helps business owners find their perfect collaboration strategy. But what I want you to know about Amy, and by the way, you should get her book, and she's just about to start another one. What I want you to know about Amy is that writing this book and making the difference she's made over the year, building her business, moving, she's in the middle of moving right now, upgrading her lifestyle, changing thousands of people's lives. None of that was easy. In fact, when Amy started with me, she had an infant, and she has come to every coaching call with August crawling up her side. She's a toddler now, but I have watched Amy make decisions in service to her ideal reader. She got an office when she felt like she couldn't afford one. She worked from the library. She negotiated difficult parenting agreements with her amazing husband, Tom. And by the way, when I talk about having a coach, I want you to have a coach who knows your baby's name, who knows where you live, who knows your husband's name. I met Amy one night at midnight in a car rental delivery. It was like an Avis in LA at LAX, just because we were both at LAX at the same time. Like, I want you to have a coach who would want to come out and meet you at midnight and know where you live and know where your family lives and to actually care about you, know about your pets. This has been hugely important to me. So Amy made a plan for her book. She had decided, like many of my authors, there was the perfect time to write her book. And it was the week when her in-laws were in town, and they were going to watch August, her baby, and they were going to hang out with Tom, her husband, and she was going to have quiet time to write her book. She carved it all out. She strategized. She was ready. And then she got pneumonia and literally got nothing done that week. So this is why I say there are every single, oh, you won! Amy's here! Featured author 2018. I'm so excited you're on the call, Amy. So what I watched that was so beautiful when Amy hit that obstacle, when she totally thought she had the plan to write her book, and then she got sick, and even though her in-laws were there, she couldn't get her book done. You know what she did? She just figured out another fucking plan, because that's what the person who wrote the book did. Right? And that's what I want for you. I don't want you to think I'm going to wait until my kid is 5 to write my book. I don't want you to think I'm going to wait until my husband magically figures out he has to chip in. I don't want you to wait until you don't get sick to write your book. I want you to do the hard things to do it anyway. So again, go find Amy's book, Hustle Free Business, on Amazon, because she has so much to teach entrepreneurs. But the reason she is one of our 12 featured authors of 2018 is because of her commitment to doing it anyway, not letting anything stop her, and knowing she has a message, she has a mission, she has a gift. I don't know anyone who knows strategy like Amy, and she is not going to hide because she's got a baby or other obligations or anything getting in her way. And that is the secret to making a difference. So now I am introducing featured author number 2 for 2018, who I know is on this call, Joanne Filomena. So Joanne teaches widows to coach other widows so that they can find meaning in life again. I'm standing with her here in this picture just a couple days ago, because this is her second book, The Widow Coach. You can find both of her books on Amazon. And Joanne shared with me last night, she didn't know it was for this purpose, but she shared with me, and these are some of her words. She said, "My largest obstacle was self-doubt and fear. My emotional insecurity crisis became so intense, it manifested in compromising the security of my home when all of the hardware suddenly and unexpectedly fell off my front door." She said, "I bought new hardware and I figured out how to do the install myself to secure my home, but I found the same confidence to put my manuscript out in the world." Now you might think, what does losing the hardware on your front door have to do with writing a book? And the answer is everything. It's absolutely everything. It's at least 80% of everything. You need the right strategy. You need the right tactics. We covered those in episodes 1 and 2. But you need the skills, the tool, the commitment, and the coaching, which, by the way, Joanne has had for me, but also we share a coach in Brooke Castillo. And we talked last night, very late last night, about how she was using self-coaching 101. I shared this with you guys in yesterday's episode. She said, "I was coaching my ass off. I was coaching myself nonstop." Because self-doubt and fear is what stops most people. That's why we talked to you about Marianne Williamson. So, and again, Joanne's the beautiful spirit of her husband, Jim, who inspired her first book and has really inspired her coaching business and thousands of widows around the world to hear her message on Widowcast, her podcast. She is changing the way we think of widows. She certainly, for me, changed the way that I think of widows and what opportunities are available when plan A doesn't work, when things maybe don't go the way that you planned. I know she didn't plan for Jim to leave, but finding a way to kick the shit out of option B, finding meaning in life again, which not only has Joanne done, and I've watched her just blossom this year, but she's helped so many other people do. So check out Widowcast, check out both of her books on Amazon, and just know self-doubt and fear are going to show up. And if Joanne could coach herself through it, so can you. And with that, I am announcing our next featured author for 2018, Amari Ice. So Amari helps gay men catch and keep the man of their dreams so they can have lasting love at last. That is the name of his first book that you will see there. I know another book is coming for Amari. And here's the thing that I will tell you again. Have a coach that knows you, cares about you, knows your partner's names, knows your dog's name. So Amari, when he was writing this book, he had a full-time job. And he had to care for Damien, his boyfriend, who had foot surgery and couldn't walk for most of the program. He had a car accident. He lost his cell phone. I think it got drowned or smashed or something. He was also doing a matchmaking certification program. And he was planning and executing a 3-day 10-year high school reunion, right? And so having a coach who knows and sees all of you, they're not just working on one part, is such a huge difference maker. I am actually going to see the movie Wonder. It is Thanksgiving as I'm recording this. And Amari is coming with my family to go see Wonder tonight. And also one of our other staff members, actually a couple of our staff members who are also my family. So what if you were coached by somebody who thought of you as family? How would that change the way that you step up and overcome those obstacles, right? Here's what Amari did. Amari decided to go all in on his business. He quit his full-time job. He gave really good notice, but he quit his full-time job in May. His last day of work was June 29th. He took the month of July off, finished that matchmaking certificate, and went on vacation. And then he launched his business in August. And as I'm talking to you now, it is November. And he has already built a 6-figure business. In the last 3 months, he has earned back the salary that he would have had from staying in his job. He has booked no less than $10,000 a month in revenue. He's had a couple $25,000 months already, and he is going nowhere but up. Amari will be next year at $100,000 a month, changing thousands of people's lives, helping gay men catch and keep the men of their dreams. And he does it all with sparkles and glitter. And so I am super excited to award Amari Ice one of our 2018 featured author awards. It is well earned. His belief in himself and commitment to his ideal reader, no matter what, is what really makes the difference. So congrats to Amari. And I'm announcing our next winner, Tamara Arnold. So Tamara, somewhere, her book is around here. Here's one of them. My Kid is Driving Me Crazy is her first book. She's holding her second book in this picture, The Magical Business Academy. Tamara helps moms create a home-based business that energetically lights them up so they can stay home with their kids and make lots of money. So in Tamara's first book, this one, My Kid is Driving Me Crazy, she talks about moms of kids with mental illness. And what she discovered in working, she followed the process. She got her very first client. She actually had to borrow money to join the program. So a friend loaned her money, and her husband and her went to the bank and got their credit limit increased, but she was in debt. She didn't know how she was going to be able to afford the program. And what she did was she jumped in, she listened, she made her first sale within 3 weeks of joining the program. And it was to a mom with mental illness. And what she learned over coaching her first clients is a lot of what the moms with mental illness, kids with mental illness issues, wanted and needed was a way to stay home with their kids. So her second book, The Magical Business Academy, teaches them how to do that. And Tamara and I talked last night about all of the ways her life has changed over the last year. She will hit $1 million next year. And I think no one is more surprised than her. She became a $250,000 coach before her 40th birthday, which was just a couple months ago. Does your coach know your birthday? That is another question to ask yourself. But Tamara says, my biggest obstacle was myself. I grew up in a house with mental illness. And I was afraid if I told my side of the story, my family would never speak to me again. And if I didn't have the support of the group in your mentorship, I never would have overcome that hump. Fear and anxiety would have won, and the book would still be inside me, afraid to be written. So maybe you have that in your life with your family. I don't know why this is making me tear up, but I'm thinking of Tamara and Jeff and their family, and just how many magical and amazing things have happened this year. Tamara's probably been to the castle, I don't know, 5 times. You'll see her picture on my website. We've had just such an incredible year of working together. I'm so excited to honor her with this award. And I just can't imagine how different the world would be if fear and anxiety won and Tamara didn't get this book out in the world. And there are so many people, maybe some of you here are her clients, and you know how powerful her work is. It truly is magical. She is the enchanted fairy, and I just can't imagine her not helping the people she's on this planet to help. So yes, she needed the strategy, and yes, she needed the tactics, but more than that, she gets this award for looking mental illness in the face and having a family that just isn't going to get what you're doing, and being willing to sacrifice and maybe not be understood in order to help the people you are here to help. So Tamara's a Canadian. She is not celebrating Thanksgiving today. We did that a couple months ago, but I am celebrating Thanksgiving thanks to her and her former self for stepping up and saying, I am not going to let fear and anxiety win. That's what I want for you too. That is why she is one of our featured authors, so you can be inspired by her. So our next featured author for 2018 is, you guys should guess. Who is it? Rachel Nachmias. Rachel is in Florida right now, and she is probably for sure not watching this broadcast, but hopefully she will watch the replay, because Rachel helps smart women who want to develop a personal style create a curated wardrobe so they can look good and feel comfortable and confident in their clothes. I have hired Rachel as a stylist. She styled the photo shoot that you will see if you go to our website. If you go to the library, the pictures in the library, she styled that. If you go to the application page, you'll be able to see lots of great pictures that Rachel has styled. She is here, and she's a winner. I didn't think she'd be with us this morning, but I am so excited she is here to celebrate. She is just about to finish her second book. I'm going to see her very soon. And I want to share with you that Rachel wrote her second book. I have no idea how she did this. I think this is the first time I've doubted my client, and she did not doubt herself at all. Okay, while she was writing the second book, not the one in this picture, because we're going to take this picture very soon. But she planned and executed the wedding of the century. I was there for part of it. Joanne was there for part of it. We did halves, but this was the most beautiful wedding I have ever seen. She was also house hunting, and you know what that is like. She bought a house, she renovated it partially, she moved into it, she's got more renovating to go, and has become a married woman all in the 9 weeks while she was writing her second book, The Curated Closet, which you will for sure hear about. You can get this book right now on Amazon, but you can get her second book in just a couple of weeks. And I am so excited about the work she has brought into the world. Because here's why. Fashion's fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But when I see people that Rachel has styled, I see their entire personality come out in a new way. And I was just recently at an event in New York that Rachel was at, and one of her clients, Emily Cohen, was there. And I just saw Emily in a whole new way. And I looked at her and I was like, what did you do different? What happened? What changed? And she just looked at me and said, Rachel. I was like, I get it. Because Rachel sees people. She has this just crazy ability to see who you are And the way she styles you just brings that out so that other people can see what she sees. It's like she has X-ray vision. I think that's her superpower. So I am thrilled to honor Rachel Nachmias as one of our 2018 featured authors. She wrote a book as a non-married lady, wrote a book as a married lady in process. I am hoping there's another book in her somewhere too. Now that she is fully married, we'll see. It's going to be the married lady wardrobe. But it has been so fun to watch her journey, her romance bloom, her commitment to her family, her work, her people. And just really stepping up. It really is champagne party time. I should have had champagne for this. All right, you guys, here's the next one. Our next featured author for 2018 is Nuris Harrigan Pedersen. And I saw a comment from her a minute ago, so I know she's here. Nuris has blown my mind because her commitment to transforming the nonprofit sector reminds me so much of my commitment to changing the publishing industry. The nonprofit world, just like publishing, is stodgy and stuck in their ways, and then some bright spark like Nuris comes around and really helps emerging leaders map their careers on their terms. She flips the whole recruiting model on its head in a way that's a win for the organization, which we want, a win for the world because these nonprofits are doing work to make the world a better place, and it's also, how about this, a win for the leaders themselves. Yes, they can have more fulfilled lives, more fulfilled career paths. And Nuris talks about a mentor. She talked about this when she was featured in our TIE Talks recently, but a mentor who changed her life by helping her map her career. So she is a mom, a wife, and a business boss. And for sure, there are more things that could have stopped her than you could shake a stick at. She has multiple locations for her business. Her business was growing. She's got employees to deal with, clients, contracts, but that wasn't enough for Nuris. She was also building a house, sort of like Rachel, selling a house. She did the Avon walk, and she still managed to hang out with her husband, who is also an author and quite handsome, I might add. I've gotten to hang out with him a little bit myself, and serve her kids dinner, even if it was on paper plates. So really, if you wonder, like, how is it that some people can have it all? Like, how can you be a wife, a mother, a business boss, like sexy hot babe? Like, how can you have it all? It's what I have learned from watching Nuris is just that you decide that you're not going to compromise and that you are going to live your life to the fullest and be the example. There is nothing that can stop you. Nuris and I have talked about how she has had class when she was growing up. She had part of her schooling was in English, but part of it was in Spanish. So she doesn't always feel confident about her writing skills in English because all of her schooling wasn't there. You know what? She does it anyway. She's like, that's why I have editors. So all of these things, same thing with her kids. Like, does she wonder sometime, like, could I be more of a, Pinterest mom doing arts and crafts projects? Sure. But you know what she does? She does her best. She serves the kids dinner on paper plates. She knows they're not going to die. And she just shows up all the way to the best of her ability. And I love how she has modeled that for me. I have learned so much from being her coach. So honored to have worked with her on her book, and thrilled she is one of our 2018 featured authors. And here is our next featured author of 2018, Lobster Bird, Sophia Romalde. Sophia Romalde helps spiritual seekers free themselves from their blocks and manifest their dreams through pilgrimages that are both metaphysical and practical. She is a traveling high priestess of magic. And the way that she transforms people's lives has just absolutely opened me up to new possibilities on the planet. She is just a magical being. When you meet her, you will get what I mean. And I thought about just putting her name, but nope, she's Lobster Bird to all of us. We put it on the cover of her book too. And she is just a very, very special human. But I want to share with you what could have stopped her. And I want you to take a minute to ask yourself, would this have stopped me? So Sophia was $10,000 in debt when she joined the program. And she put the program on a credit card, which was driving her deeper into debt. And so she did what many of my clients do, and she went off and got clients. But then as we were working on the book, she had all these clients, and so she was too busy to write the book. And the clock was ticking, and she had 3 days left before her manuscript was due. And she decided she was going to do the difference process, my 3-day book process, and she was going to write the book in 3 days. But she had a problem. She was basically blind. She said, I basically wrote my book blind. I was diagnosed as legally blind, and I had been training my vision back to 2020. But when she gave herself these 3 days to write the book, there was this is a quote from her, because only Sophia would say this. There was a stabbing pain in my eyeballs, like little elves were jabbing tiny swords into my corneas, and tears were streaming down my face, making it super hard to write. Why, yes, that would. So Sophia wrote her book in 3 days with tiny elves jabbing tiny swords into her corneas. Really? Would you have quit? Because if you would have quit, you would not have had the opportunity to change the thousands of lives that Sophia has done. Oh, she's doing her own live broadcast right now. Well, hopefully she will tune in to find out that she is one of our 2018 featured authors. Again, what you guys are thinking is these authors are winning the award because they have so many clients and they've built 6-figure businesses. Sophia had an $81,000 month. She did $100,000 in revenue in 90 days of working with me. And you're thinking, oh, it's because she's good at marketing or she's good at selling. No, it's because she became the person who did that. When you are the person who will spend 3 days with elves jabbing tiny swords into your eyeballs because you believe that much in your work, the money just follows, you guys. The people just follow because you are showing up. And Sophia has shown up time and time again. She's got a new pilgrimage coming out. I'm super excited about that. And I think she is going to go to Tulum, Mexico with that pilgrimage. And she will change more lives. And those people will change lives because she is the person who did it anyway. That's what I want for you. And I'm going to announce our next 2018 Author of the Month. These are supposed to be 2-minute case studies, but I love my clients so much I can't stop talking. And Steph Gold is here. Yes, Steph and I got to have sushi with Sophia in Toronto. It was amazing. I knew that they would love each other. Steph, by the way, who is on this call, was one of our 2017 Authors of the Month featured authors. So amazing things happen. Here is our next winner. Are you guys ready? Does anybody have any guesses? The next winner is Kelly Reese. Speaking of Tulum, I know she's on this call, or at least she was. Kelly uses Akashic record reading to help entrepreneurs identify their blocks, cut the shit, and grow the business they are capable of. And the thing that could have stopped Kelly, and maybe would have stopped many of you, is that while she was writing her book, she was working closing shifts, so till very late in the night. You won! At a new business that she had only opened months before. She was also working as a consultant with a local business on a big grant project, and she had 2 private clients. And what happened with Kelly is that she was using her own work, her own Akashic record reading. And what was happening is the book was being downloaded to her from source. But because she was so busy working at the new business, working as a consultant on this grant project with her private clients, the only time and space for Source to kind of communicate through her was 4 a.m. when she had just come home from closing shift at her new business. So she had her iPhone on her nightstand and she wrote her book using the notes feature. And she said it was a compromise because this way I didn't have to get up and turn on the light and get to my laptop. But she said 4 a.m. came very early after those closing shifts. So imagine this, right? You've got a job. You are, Kelly, I love you. You've got a job. You've got multiple jobs. At 4 a.m., you start getting these messages from the universe. I'm actually talking to somebody right now. Nikki, shout out if you're watching. And she's saying, my book is waking me up at night. I'm getting all these messages. I should write my book. Like, what would you do? You're exhausted. You're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You've got clients. You've got 2 businesses. 4 a.m., the universe starts whispering to you about your book. What do? Because you know what most people do? They turn off the light and they go to sleep. And what did Kelly do? She picks up her iPhone and starts typing a book in the notes feature. Which, by the way, I've written many books in the notes feature myself, or parts of books and chapters, right? She shows up for her people. So has she built an incredible business? Yes. Has she improved her relationships and had hard conversations all year long to really step into her own power? Yes. Is she living in Tulum, in that dream location? Yes. See how many people that have won these awards are like moving, changing their relationships, changing their businesses, stepping up into their full selves. That's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence because the people who I am featuring have all said yes. Whatever it takes to make the difference I am born to make. So Kelly just commented, thank you for all your support. I wouldn't be here without you. And I just want to say the same thing right back. Thank you for your support. I wouldn't be here without you. And I know that is how you feel about your clients too, because when your clients find you and they see you and they're like, Akashic record reading, I don't know what any of those 3 words mean, but I'm supposed to work with you. I'm scared. And they take that plunge anyway. There's something that just cracks open in your soul. It says, I'm going to step up. I'm going to be the person this client deserves to have as their coach. And over all year, I have watched Kelly do that. So super excited to award her our 2018 Featured Author Award. And now I'm totally going over time, but I'm having so much fun. Here is our next author, Renee Brown Small. Renee is a cybersecurity recruitment expert who has been recruiting technology professionals since 2001. She is now teaching others how to do the same. And I couldn't not include Renee in our 2018 featured authors because she is also the mother of our youngest author. Here is Julia at 6 weeks old. And I will quickly tell you her story because I think for many of you, you maybe would have decided being 7 months pregnant was a good reason not to finish your book. Or if you planned everything out to get your book done before the baby came and then the baby came early and you hadn't finished, maybe you would have thought, well, I'll just wait until the baby's a little bit older and then I will finish my book. But not Renee. By the way, she's 6 months postpartum in that picture. Doesn't she look incredible? Styled by Rachel Nachmias, I might add. But what Renee did was she just kept going, writing from the hospital bed, writing while nursing. And it wasn't just her first baby. She had 2 very busy toddlers who attended many of our calls, and a husband and a very busy business. She was helping a client with $100 million contract while she was writing her book. She actually also just won the Gold Stevie for Best Women-Owned Company with under 10 employees, I think was her category. So honored to have had the opportunity to work with Renee and excited to make her one of our 2018 featured authors. And now here is our next winner, Liz LaJoy. So Liz helps women business owners find their financial flow so they can have the confidence to take their business to the next level. And in fact, she has helped many of our authors find their own financial flow and their own improved relationship with money. But what many people don't know about Liz is that Liz has had chronic Lyme disease. And she has spent the last couple years entrenched in that battle. And I know many people with Lyme disease and chronic illnesses. And look, I am not judging any of you. If you make a decision to take time off and focus on self-care, like I totally honor that. But if you want to be someone who is making a difference right now, you find the way to do it anyway. So Liz says she has her Lyme guy. She has that her coach, her expert, the person who helps keep her in line with her Lyme. And then she shows up anyway. And when she was writing the book, she was rarely sleeping through the night. She was just transitioning from a 9-to-5 office job. She says she was drowning in a lack of higher purpose. And for Liz, that was showing up as hiding. Well, my friends, there is no way to hide and write a book. And you can see, also styled by Rachel Nachmi is here, you can see how beautifully she showed up for her book launch, how beautifully she shows up for her clients. You can find From Zero to Zen on Amazon. And if you have a business and have not figured out your financial flow, you will want to reach out to Liz, because what she has shown is that you can take care of yourself and show up for your clients. And I'm so honored that Liz does that. I really wanted to award her one of our 2018 Featured Author Awards, not just because she's built an amazing 6-figure business and is on her way to 7 figures, but she is proven, just had a little grammar issue. She has shown you can do that with a chronic disease, even one like Lyme. So congratulations to Liz for showing up and making that decision, even though I know it has not always been comfortable for her. So I think I have 2 more award winners. The next is Alexandra Greenawalt. I have loved working with Alexandra. She helps women upgrade their personal style so they can feel confident and kick ass in business. But here's the fascinating thing about Alexandra. Alexandra had already written a book. I think I have it right over here somewhere. Yep. So this is one of her books that she had already done. And so often when someone has already done a book and hasn't gotten results, they have the story, this won't work for me. And so what I am so grateful for on this Thanksgiving Day with Alexandra is that she trusted me all the way to do it another way that was not comfortable for her. She had to let go of her preconceived ideas. And Alexandra knows that she needs to put her health first. So she did it in half the time of anyone else and with as little stress as possible, because she is conscious of her own limits. So I love the way she models for others. You can do it and take care of yourself. So Alexandra has just been such an amazing light in the last year for me, of showing who she is all the way, unapologetically, taking care of herself and modeling that for others. All right, and one last winner, and then we will wrap this up and everyone can get back to their Thanksgivings. I love everyone for being here. Our last winner is the amazing Ken Lineback. Ken and the Urban Ecology Center have been changing the world one neighborhood at a time by fostering ecological understanding through science, park preservation, and volunteerism. And Ken had a major challenge with his book, which was that he was being critiqued all along by a whole committee. Can you imagine if you were writing your book and you had to incorporate everybody's feedback from your organization? One of the things I have learned the most from Ken is humility and vulnerability. And he is the messenger of the Urban Ecology Center. He is the founder, but he always puts the team and the community first. So I'm recognizing him, but I know what Ken would say. I had dinner with him the other night, and he always repeats this. He's just about to start his second book, or he's in the middle of his second book. But what I know is true about Ken is he would always credit the whole organization. And he has just beautiful, beautiful commitment to how together we are stronger. So those are our 2018 authors of the month. I am so proud of each of them. Maybe you will be one of the featured authors next year. And I can tell you, your thinking alone will determine whether your dreams come true. So what are you thinking is possible? I am so honored you tuned in. I know we went a little longer than expected, but I could not help myself because we have so many great stories to tell. I'm going to be back for one last episode tomorrow where we are going to talk about your dream client criteria. So join me. Enjoy your turkey if you are celebrating Thanksgiving and you are on the live. If you are watching the broadcast, make a turkey sandwich or something. You'll be inspired. Congratulations to all of our winners. I will bring them up on the screen so you could see them all again. Amy Burks, Joanne Philomena, Amari Ice, Tamara Arnold, Rachel Nachmias, Nuris Harrigan-Pedersen, Lobster Bird, Sophia Ramolde, Kelly Reese, Renee Brown-Small, Liz LaJoy, Alexandra Greenewalt, Ken Leinbach. Congratulations to all of you, our 2018 featured authors. Mwah. Bye, everyone.